been an affiliate. Too lyrical, magnificent. My brain never been impotent. Annihilate competition quick. Deadly with that penmanship. Right bars with ice picks. Got a vice grip on a nice chick with nice lips. I like it. Stop my feet till it breaks the ground. Equivalent to an earthquake sound. Grab your collar then shake it down. Leave you at the lost found. Ground and pound your face mush. People with talent need a push. Now they gangster aura was. Plus I thank them for the push. This beat makes me lose my mind. Grab your neck and rip the spine. Break that hammer Valentine. Gonna need some turpentine to heal up your bruised cuts. Right? Every day I'm losing fucks. Sorry about your damn luck. Drink that please, that's in my cup. I've been told you you're a waste. All you is a waste space. Get your hands up out my face before I have to catch a case. Drag your carcass on the floor so your flesh get ripped apart. Savage style you can't ignore. Already ain't but feed me more. Fuck them, create my own trends. I don't have friends, I'm a monster among men. Fuck them, create my own trends. I don't have friends, I'm a monster among men. Fuck them, create my own trends. I don't have friends, I'm a monster among men. I bet you think you're gonna get away. Better hope and pray for a better day. You all my prey when it's elevate. Just another fatality. So bring down, we'll keep the crown. I'm aggressive with my style. Fuck that bitch, then smack a child. Monsters don't have time for clowns. In the darkness like a shroud. Locked on target, then I pound. Snatch you up, did it make a sound? Got you stressed, you lost some pounds. I'm a super heavyweight. Put you on my data plate. Collect the skulls, dig my safe. My brain is in outer space. I like space, but not the rapper. Spiteful with that shit, you bastard. Got you baptized like a pastor. Can create another disaster. Let me loose, I'll break the chain. Shoot one glass, don't feel the pain. All these motherfuckers sound the same. Caught my path, don't make a lane. Can't be tamed, won't never change. Mix my strength for Hulk Bane. Hang you from a window pane. Scary like the Mandalay. Dance to the back is known to peace. I will walk, nigga, fuck with peace. Make sure opposition is deceased. All they do is call police. Now his mama wanna cry. The tears flowing from my eyes. Probably gonna testify. Split your body like a pie. Fuck them, create my own trends. I don't have friends, I'm a monster among men. Fuck them, create my own trends. I don't have friends, I'm a monster among men. Fuck them, create my own trends. I don't have friends, I'm a monster among men. I bet you don't gonna get away. Better hope and pray for a better day. You all my prey, baby, elevate. Just another fatality. Fuck them, create my own trends. I don't have friends, I'm a monster among men. Fuck them, create my own trends. I don't have friends, I'm a monster among men. Fuck them, create my own trends. I don't have friends, I'm a monster among men. I bet you don't gonna get away. Better hope and pray for a better day. You all my prey, baby, elevate. Just another fatality.
Pull up. Oh man, I forgot to charge up my damn shit. What it do though? There might be little misspelling here and there. That's my bad, y'all. Quick little typo. But you know, I'll fix it on the upload. What it do though, B? Episode 236, when we come to the old fashioned wrestling council roundtable. What it do? Thanks everybody for pulling up, man. You guys are awesome. You already know the vibes. Ballet with the blick. Black Star with the Dudo. RB was happening. Yes, Sirski. Blaze with the Dudo. First and foremost, quick silence for James Earl Jones, B. Seriously. Word. James Earl Jones would definitely be missed, man. super pioneer when it comes to James Earl Jones. Everybody, I think maybe the whole world knows about James Earl Jones. Like, it could be an exaggeration, but hey, fuck it, I'm going there with it. There are many quotables, like when it came to Darth Vader, when it came to Mufasa, um, Conan. I didn't even know from before. Like he came from Conan and all that. I didn't know he did Conan. I ain't gonna lie, he looked wild crazy. I guess that's where this dude got the idea Holiday Heart from, but that's neither here nor there. Just a little joke. I'm just playing around. But come on now, Zamunda. Let them wait. Everybody remember, yo, this dude quotables is everywhere. Man, but he lived a long, blessed life, man. 93, man. The man was super duper blessed to live that long and have just like on the outside looking in, it just seems like such a brilliant but peace and a serene, full of serene type of life. Because you've never seen James Earl Jones out there on some fuck shit, getting into like scandals and all types of shit. As far as I know, I never heard him and doing all types of extra shit. And you see this dude drunk driving or sniffing coke somewhere off a white chick's ass or something. All types of extra shit. You know how these celebs do whatever. You know what I'm saying? All types of extra shit. You never seen James Earl Jones on that type of time. Definitely got to be the definitely on the Mount Rushmore of iconic voices. Iconic voices when it comes to his quotables. And I'm gonna drop down like y'all know the vibe. I'm just cooking right now. This dude, James Earl Jones, deserves this bit of time right here. Put respect on that dude's name. We're gonna put respect on James Earl Jones' name ASAP. We're gonna get to our wrestling and all that. We definitely gonna get to it. We got a lot to talk about when it comes to wrestling, but for right now, James Earl Jones, man, you were awesome. You're still awesome. Condolences to the family and friends. Man had a magnificent life, and may he rest well, man. Cheers. Now, on the business, right? So I'm gonna be real. I didn't watch All Out, right? I didn't watch that, but I've seen the highlights here and there. Like, if we're gonna get to it with the selective outrage, like enough with the selective outrage when it comes to AEW. Not every single thing people gotta just look into this, look into that. They need to get canceled. They need to get out of there. Pack them up. They're trying to kill each other. Like, it needs to be the same dudes that cry about the attitude era. Oh, I'm wrestling is too corny now. Wrestling is not edgy. Nobody want to try to get over. They're not pushing the envelope. And then when motherfuckers push the envelope, y'all still bitch. What are we doing here? And it wasn't even like what Swerve, what any one of them did. It wasn't like it was out of the ordinary. It wasn't like it didn't make any sense. Because all that shit made valid sense. Especially with Swerve and that's my dude now. Fuck it. Hangman. Hangman. Remember when like shit was a few years ago. Randy Orton lit this dude, the Fiend on fire. Did anybody say anything about that? No, not that I remember. Shit. What about the Attitude Era? Boss Man got hung. I ain't heard nothing about that. Y'all tell me if y'all heard something about, anybody complaining about that when Boss Man got hung. It's wrestling. You know what I'm saying? It's entertainment, it's TV. Like, y'all need to stop just nitpicking everything AEW does. Do the same thing for WWE if that's the case. Y'all, that tribalism is so weird. Y'all just want AEW just to leave just for the sake of just leaving. It's if you're not WWE, you're just not good enough. Period. Fuck out of here. That shit weird. And I'm not caping for AEW at all. I'm just stating facts. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be consistent. About to open the floodgates though. Right, Dynasty. Like, what the fuck? That shit just be bugging me. Like, I hate when they be on that type of time. You know what I mean? Like, they want to gloss over everything WWE does or has done. And every little thing AEW does, they have a microscope on that shit. Motherfuckers is complaining about, this dude getting stabbed in the face with a needle.
It was good, he said, man.
What's good? I'm over here cooking these they're not even marks or smarks. They mongoloids, dead ass though. Like, I can't stand tribalism.
Yo, it's wrestling fans, man.
Yeah, like
to the game.
Bogus.
But I do have some real quick breaking news. NXT has a debut tonight.
Who has a debut tonight?
NXT has a debut tonight.
Who? Hammerstone?
Yep.
Well, he's about to lose to Opa Femi, huh?
Hammerstone's facing Opa Femi tonight, which is
and he's about to lose. I'm really not happy about that. Tell you the truth.
Which is something if he's signed to NXT full time, because TNA's doing nothing with him.
He needs to do something, because like this dude, ever since he left MLW, he just been losing. He probably won like one match since he left MLW.
Then Triple H, what are you doing sending Jacob to kill motherfuckers on NXT? Tuesdays should not be where Jacob kills motherfuckers.
Look, Dynasty said Bossman also made Big Show right on top of his father.
Yeah, true.
Like wrestling always took it overboard. It's wrestling.
You guys, everybody listening right now, you guys will have motherfucking collective heart attacks if you saw the motherfucking Sandman.
Yeah,
Sandman
no relation.
No relations.
Exactly. Like these motherfuckers are what when ECW really got popping, right before they went to TNN. What?
Like then, like around like two, maybe like a year later, Stone Cold hanging over the Undertaker symbol.
Right.
Same exact way.
This dude, Droz pushing Hawk off the top of the Titantron. Remember that the alcoholic angle? Yep. He pushed him Well, we couldn't see. Of course, he didn't get pushed to his death, but that's what it looked like, when so like, especially if he was there.
Scott Hall being drunk on live TV. Yeah, there was just a ton of outrageous shit.
So it's like, why they always want to come to the whole when it comes to AEW. Oh, look at AEW doing this. Look at AEW doing that. That shit, I know it's a nitpick, but they do the nitpicking, so I'm nitpicking back with them motherfuckers.
Now, to be fair, the whole Bryan Danielson.
It don't matter, Ballet. It don't. You can say you can spoil the match. I already know Hammerstone lost, but go ahead, Black Star.
Like the whole Bryan Danielson getting suffocated. That was a bit off touch.
But that's the thing. Like, okay, let me see. Shit, look at from before with Swerve and Hangman. Remember, this dude was hanging. He literally was hanging Hangman.
Yeah, true. Like I'm just saying that part was a bit off touch. Everything after that, just call it a game. I mean, it's not really a
But like I was saying during my rant, it calls for it because, like, all right, well, Mox, we already know Mox is fucking crazy. He's gonna take it to the top, and them turning on this dude Bryan Danielson, it makes sense. Well, we don't know why they turned on him yet, but it makes sense for Mox to take it to the top.
Then AEW going on FS1. Oh god, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be funny. Oh jeez, let that happen. Please.
The Street Profits, man. I feel so bad for my guys. I remember when he was in NXT from before, man. They were so lit.
Like Triple H walked up to Jacob like, it's time for you to kill the Street Profits.
And I should be going back and forth with motherfuckers about Solo. I'm like, yo, he is a fucking bum. Was he good from before? Yes. But he sucks now. It just is what it is. Like what about once this dude Jacob pull up, the whole bloodline, they can just go home. They're not even needed. They're really not needed.
Jacob's gonna start killing motherfuckers weekly.
Yeah, it's like, why y'all even here? Do y'all even defend the belts? What's the last time they defended the belts?
Like then there's a rumor that Raquel Rodriguez Gonzalez Ramirez.
Yeah, her. Yeah, she's supposed to be coming back. I'm here for it.
Ramirez.
I'm here for that. Hopefully she got better. You know what I'm saying?
No, but there's plans. But there's plans that she's going to be the muscle for for Liv.
Yeah, and remember, her and Rhea Ripley got history too, so it does make sense.
That would be a damn good match.
Yeah, they got history, and Triple H is big on stories when he wants to be.
True. And Jade's finally selling. I'm proud of her.
Donnie said, plus, didn't Terry Funk do the same thing to Flair at one of the old Clash of the Champs?
Yes, he did.
I'm not too sure. Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, he did. For matter of fact, Terry Funk did worse on fucking 10 different occasions.
Dynasty, the man sucks. If you keep losing, and you motherfuckers know I love Solo, especially if you been on this round table in this council for like shit, the inception. I've always been praising Solo. Always said, nah, Solo's that guy. And he was that guy at first. But now he's like, if you lose all the time, you're a bum. And I don't like the fact that WWE tried to, put that to the side like, oh, wins and losses don't matter. Yes, it does.
They tried hard to put over Solo at first, though. You have to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I've been saying that. Really? Can you hear me? Like, I know my mic is on.
No. Like, I thought that you was saying that, like,
he's a bum now because he's been on a losing streak ever since he lost to John Cena. It's really not that difficult to understand.
He didn't lose to John Cena. He beat John Cena.
Ever since he beat, John Cena, ever since he beat John Cena, after that he's been in an incredible long losing streak.
John Cena Vortex.
Yeah.
What up, TKO?
TKO sound like he had a basketball game or something. It's mad loud where you at, my dude.
Because it's time for the official death of democracy.
Oh man. What a man, oh man. Fans and wrestling and Solo Sikoa, man. Can we admit that? Say it with me now, y'all. I acknowledge my tribal chief, Jacob Fatu.
Yeah. Who should be fighting for the Olafala? Whatever the fuck they call out that shit, whatever they call it.
Ulafala.
It should be Jacob Fatu, the Olafala. Excuse me. I didn't mean to disrespect that heritage. It should be Jacob and Roman Reigns. That's it. The rest of these dudes is irrelevant. Seriously. The bloodline, fuck, they all of them suck. Other than Jacob. Let's go there with it. All of them are fucking trash.
I kind of smiled a bit when Cody said that I shouldn't be facing Solo, I should be facing Jacob. Like, oh yes, let that happen.
I mean,
that's not even really their fault. That's not even really their fault. I'm gonna let y'all cook, but you know what I'm saying? I got some momentum right now, and that's not really their fault. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how they was booked. Because remember, at first they had this dude Tama Tonga. He, you know what I'm saying? He looked like a menacing beast and all that. You know, he was, you know, the whole crazy and whatever, acting all manic and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of time he was on. And as soon as Jacob came through, he just shut everything down. These dudes is all irrelevant now, and they're not even trying to make these dudes look more dominant. They like, fuck it, let's give it all to Jacob Fatu. Why y'all here?
Jacob did a motherfucking swanton off the top ropes. I was like, oh my god, just give him the title. Give him any title. I don't give a fuck.
He's embarrassing these dudes. Go ahead, TKO. Go ahead.
Also, didn't Tama Tonga, when he debuted, didn't he damn near try to kill Kevin Owens in the parking lot?
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, you right.
He tried to.
So you think they don't trust him?
I don't know, man.
Well, you know he's got heat with Roman. He never forgot that. So.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
That is true. From all those tweets, a lot of people forget those tweets that they did.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot.
See, they've toned down. They've actually toned down Tama considerably because he barely talks at all.
That's what I'm saying.
He's being paid well.
That's all I'm saying. I know I'm making common sense. Like,
because he's good in the ring. Yeah, like, he's good in the ring, but like he's really known for his promo. Now, granted, it's WWE and he can't curse like a sailor or anything, but he can still be a pretty good promo. He's very charismatic, but they don't book him to talk. They just book him to just be a generic, Samoan or not.
Yeah, he's just there. That's how all of them are. They just gave the ball to Jacob.
They didn't machine gun Tama. They machine gun Tangaloa though. They machine gun that.
He didn't even have a chance. That motherfucker ain't do shit since he showed up.
At this point, Tonga's doing it on purpose. I'm confident that he is now. He saw the meme.
The bloodline is a joke, yo. They are a joke.
Tonga, at least they're trying with Tama Tonga.
At this point, I'm almost confident.
They stopped trying with Tama.
Now, at this point, bro, I'm almost confident we got an AJ Styles situation. Because when they signed AJ back in 2016, Vince didn't fucking care about the Good Brothers because AJ had a deal at that time that wherever he went, Gallows and Anderson had to come with him. That was the deal. Because people not remember when his deal was up in New Japan, TNA had actually contacted AJ again. Dixie was still in control, and AJ wanted to bring in Gallows and Anderson, and Dixie told him, "No, I'll bring you in." But she didn't want to bring Gallows and Anderson in. And so then that was when he went to Vince. And Vince was like, okay, but I don't think Vince gave a fuck about Gallows and Anderson. He just wanted AJ. If signing them happened to get AJ signed, that's what he did. So at this point,
did she bring in Gallows anyways?
No, Gallows never did come in. I mean, that was before. That was like, he was with the Aces and Aces. That was before all that, Okay. So at this point, I'm convinced that Tama Tonga and Tangaloa, they were probably like a group package with Fatu. That's probably what it was. I bet it was like, we want Fatu, but Fatu was probably like, hey, God, they my people. We go back.
You got to bring in my boys.
Bring them in. They was probably like, all right, fine. But they probably didn't give a fuck about Tama and Loa. They just wanted Fatu. You get that sometimes. Kenny and the Bucks, they had the same deal where this is like before AEW was a thing, where everywhere Kenny went, the Bucks went, and vice versa. So I can't say that with certainty, but just based off the booking of what we're seeing on television, I'm pretty confident that's what happened. They just wanted
that might soon end the. That might soon end with the team you were talking about before was the Bucks and Kenny.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is before everything I just said. This is before AEW even existed.
Oh, okay.
So everything has changed now. Now it's just like you can play both sides for more money. You know what I'm saying? But back then, that's how it was. So. Hey, but look on the bright side, Sandman. At least Fatu isn't wearing a boot anymore.
Did it even really matter?
No.
I mean, I'm glad
he was ripping shit up anyway.
It really didn't. Like, if you fuck up 4 guys with a wrestling boot on by yourself,
walking boot.
Yeah, you're a special kind of different.
Nah, he had a motherfucking swanton from the top rope. And
has Jacob ever done a swanton on the Indies?
I don't know. I don't care.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
And the swanton was better than Jeff's swanton. I was like, what?
Yeah. So
I mean, duh, because that's because you're comparing Jacob to a 50-year-old.
But this is what we kept saying on the roundtable. We kept saying like, yo, Jacob is gonna make these dudes look like clowns when he pull up. We knew this shit was gonna happen.
Yep, he been doing it. How long has Jacob been on the main roster? Like a good 2-3 months now?
2-3 months. He's almost a headliner already.
Just put Jacob and Cody. Put Jacob and Cody at Mania.
Man, Jacob.
That would be a really good match.
Jacob needs to win a title in 2025. If they don't, they're idiots.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, when they get this whole bloodline shit over with, they wrap that shit up. It's time for the Jacob Fatu project. That's it.
Yeah.
Do him like how y'all supposed to do with this dude Solo Sikoa. Because what y'all got going on with Solo Sikoa, like all this dude, it's like instead of him training or whatever, this dude like to go to, I don't know, the men's warehouse and get fucking suits and shit. Like he just want to dress good and wear fake diamonds instead of getting better in the ring.
I mean, in Solo's defense, though, they never gave him an identity. They just put him with the bloodline and just basically had him under Roman's thumb.
It makes you think, though, that and like this is just me just spitballing here, but do you think that Jacob stays in the Performance Center to get better?
I would say this. Like, just because you go to the PC doesn't mean you have to stay there. Like, you could frequent there from time to time and hone your skills.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's practicing moves. Like he's attempting to get better. He's going on the grind, basically.
Yeah.
My only criticism for Jacob Fatu is dude need to slow it down a little bit. Dude be going like 100 miles an hour. Dude almost crippled himself at SummerSlam. So
that's my main gripe about his offense. He be doing too much at times, and I get it because he's excited, like because he wasn't even that he was aggressive in the Indies, but he wasn't this aggressive. I think it's it may be due to the weight loss. He got that extra energy.
Like I don't think he's never seen a crowd this big before. I don't think, and that's hyping him up.
Probably
true that.
Not.
Yeah,
I would say so. Yeah.
Because
But I give
normally
him
the crowd.
the.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying you might be right though about that.
Because like normally crowds where he came from is basically like the performance center. Very small, very intimate. When you're
He's
in a
used
fucking
to those. He's used to
That
those
sounded
House of
crazy.
Glory crowds.
when you're in a motherfucking 16,000 seat arena, it hypes you up.
Blaze is a mess. He said Tongaloa eye magically healed when Jacob boot came off. I guess it's the power of the bloodline, B.
Oh man.
All right, man. So I gotta get two things off my chest. The first is just kind of a minor thing because I don't really care. The
Shit.
second one is a big one.
Let me put on my bulletproof vest first.
But
Came in,
shots.
came in as Jack Sparrow today, so
Yeah, exactly.
We're about to commit some piracy. So the first thing, and this is the minor thing, I saw the other day that Kendrick is going to be performing at a Super Bowl, and I don't really keep up with the modern day rap scene
Because it all
but
sucks.
to know, but to know that in a couple of months we're gonna have an arena of like 50,000 plus people calling Drake a pedophile. Oh my god, like that makes me laugh my fucking ass off. Like Drake, I don't know where you are at right now, Drake. But if I were you, I pull a Tupac and fucking go to Cuba. Just get the fuck out of here, guys.
He's in an underground chamber right now. Like this
Or
dude.
or he
I'm
better
telling you, just
pray
like that Simpsons meme. Remember that Simpsons meme?
Oh, he just appeared to the bushes.
He's already dead. Like
Yeah.
they are stomping, the world is stomping the mud hole in Drake. And I get, the supporters want to beat it, but Drake really won. Can y'all really still think Drake really won?
Drake never won that shit. Come on. The problem
Atlanta,
is
Georgia.
he be going after rappers that are better than him.
Atlanta, Georgia, we might see a homicide.
And now that's admirable. Like you going, you punching up. I get it, but it's like my dude. First
Stay
of
in your
all,
lane.
not only that, motherfuckers know like you don't really write like that. Yeah, you may write, but not like that, nigga. You got like a whole warehouse of writers. You goofy and you steal. Allegedly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the first thing, and
Well, hold on. I wanted to build more of that real quick. Pertaining to that first topic, it's just so funny that everybody was just going ham on Jay-Z just randomly and shit because Nicki got at this dude, and then this shit is like somewhat of a social project. Nicki got at this dude Jay-Z because I guess she figured that Jay-Z was the one that picked Kendrick over Lil Wayne to perform at the Super Bowl. And everybody just followed suit. Everybody, Jay-Z this, fuck Jay-Z. Even Mystical came out of nowhere. It was like, how this dude didn't bail me out of jail so I could perform Shake That Ass at the Super Bowl. I'm like, what are we fucking doing here?
I got a question for you. I got a question for all those people that are upset. What the fuck has Lil Wayne been doing in the past in the past number of years besides features? What's he gonna do? Like a feature show?
Motherfucker pulled up at WrestleMania and he tried to do a Millie and just did a whole completely different random verse.
He should have his opportunity to do that shit would have been like in his prime days. I ain't saying he washed or anything, but yeah.
Also, factor this in. Where was this outrage when the Super Bowl was in New Orleans the other 5 times? Like, come on now.
Was it New Orleans? It's not in Atlanta.
It was in It was in New Orleans. The Super Bowl was in New Orleans multiple times, and Wayne never performed at any of them.
Right.
And it's like what was the last time the Super Bowl was in Louisiana? I think it was 2013.
I think
you should know Black Soul. When was the last time the Super Bowl was in Louisiana?
I think that was the year Beyonce performed, wasn't it?
No, because I think Beyonce performed in Miami.
Oh,
Well, basically, they was around. They
Was
went there around the time when Lil Wayne was popping, and they didn't book him then, which is crazy. I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty crazy.
2010 was Miami, and that was Prince Purple Rain performance.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
that was a good.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Either way, any Drake fans left out there, it was a good run, I guess, because the shit's fucking over next year.
The dude is fucking weird, dude. It is what it is. Like, does Drake have some tracks I like? Yeah, of course, but it just seems so ingenuous. Like, I ain't gonna lie, me personally, and that's just me. You know what I'm saying? No shade to anybody. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. I really don't respect motherfuckers that don't write their own shit. I'm cut from a different cloth. Like, you don't write your own shit. I can't get jiggy with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, now if you a singer and all that, in a way, that's different to me. If you're a singer and people write, you got songwriters and all that. You should believe it or not. Even Michael Jackson has songwriters, but this motherfucker was making hella classics, and you can't say Michael Jackson can't write itself. So I guess when it came to that, it's something different. But neither here nor there. I just don't respect motherfuckers that don't write their own shit. That's just me.
That's fair, totally fair.
Right.
All right. Well, that was the first thing, but this is the second thing that and TKO and you already know I'm going with this because I was ranting about this earlier, man. Earlier today, some unfortunate shit happened with Sony. Sony decided to drop the trailer for the PS5 Pro. This shit,
oh god, that fucking disaster!
This shit has been rumored, at least for like 3 years. I'm so tired of seeing this shit pop up on my Twitter feed. PS5 Pro, blah 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 blah. Now, I got my PS4 in 2016, and I rocked with my PS4 for the entirety of the 2010s. And when COVID first hit and everything shut down, and the PS5 was really hard to find, I said, you know what? I'm going to chill because nowadays they've released new games. It's cross-gen. It's on old and new. PS4 is still getting a bunch of shit. So I was cool with my PS4 in 2020. I still played it.
Yeah, me too. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm somewhat of a late bloomer when it comes to the PS5 too. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, it's just better these days because if
the
you wait,
the PS4 still got
deal.
The PS4 still got great games.
Right. It's just better to just wait. Unless you're like a content creator and it's like your job to talk about this shit, there is really no reason to get a new console like day one. There's really not. And most of the time, there's no games to play for like another 2 or 3 years anyway. But, to get to the point, I got my PS5 last holiday season. I got the PS5 Slim model. I just prefer Slims. I always have. And when I got my PS5 Slim, I was second guessing myself, wondering if I made the right decision because I knew the Pro was coming. But I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and get the PS5 Slim. I'm not a graphic person. Let me get it. Well, they revealed they revealed the Pro today. And this is, without a doubt, the biggest scam I've ever seen in video games. This shit costs $800 plus tax.
Don't worry, it gets worse.
$800 plus tax.
Don't worry, it gets worse.
It doesn't. The stand comes separately. The disc drive comes separately. And this shit is coming out in November with no fucking new games. Sony has completely just gone completely black, no diddy, on their Twitter. They just deactivated everything because they know they fucked up. The fucking Geoff Knightley dude, whatever the fuck, the guy who does the
Geoff? I think his name is just Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff. Yeah, that guy. He's
Geoff.
I'm using that.
This dude is on his fucking knees, deep throating Sony harder than Patterson deep throated Vince. This dude's defending the decision, talking about like, oh well, because of inflation, it's got to be blah 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 blah. Man, this shit's just a bad. Who does this appeal to? Because if you already have a PS5, you ain't getting this shit. And if you don't want a PS5, you're not getting this shit. You might as well just get a fucking PC. Who's going to spend $800 on this bullshit? And not only that, the trailer, and this is another problem, right? And this is a gaming problem. This is not just a PlayStation thing. This is a gaming thing. And the trailer for the PS5 Pro, they're just showing a bunch of old games from like 4 or 5 years ago. Like,
You'd be
at the very
surprised
least,
how many people will spend $800 on this dude.
this is so sad.
That's about $300 less than what I was expecting to spend.
Bro,
The only thing is that it looks good. That's it.
I didn't even spend $500 on the original PS5. So
No, I spend a pretty coin on this shit. You know what I'm saying? But that was
I admit I don't have a PS5 at all. But at the same time, I'm not about to break my bank for another game console. Honestly.
I'm keeping my original and telling someone to fuck off.
This shit needs to flop, and I expect it will flop because, and like you said, TKO, there's always going to be some people who are going to buy this shit, but this shit needs to flop for the future security of gaming, because if people come out in droves and buy this, man, the PS6, which isn't that far off.
That's more ridiculous. The PS6,
exactly.
That's more ridiculous.
The PS6, this shit gonna cost like $1,000. This shit gonna be a fucking college loan at this point.
Yeah, like they tripping when I was like, because I thought they was capping, like they didn't come out. I'm like, yo, they really trying to do this? Why? You know how much shelf life the PS5 still has? You could do so much with this shit. And they really coming. It's just fucking y'all just being money hungry now.
See, I'll tell you what it is, and I actually had a conversation with a school friend of mine. I think what's going on is funny because we talk wrestling, right? And a lot of times, and you don't really hear this anymore in wrestling because the business has changed. What's considered your prime as a wrestler, right? Like it used to be like the early 20s, mid 30s and shit, but now you have all these wrestlers who are like in their, upper to mid 40s and they're in great shape.
Yeah.
When it comes to gaming consoles in the past, and just for clarity, I'm talking like the 90s and the 2000s. So we're talking like the original PlayStation, PS2, the first Xbox, 360, the Wii, right? So like in the 90s and the 2000s, the average life for a console back then was between about 5.5 to 7 years, more or less. That's how long it would take.
Especially with the Super Nintendo. Like the Super Nintendo, that shit lasted a minute.
Right.
Like what the Super Nintendo and Genesis was? Like how long did that shit last?
Genesis came out in Genesis had like several versions, first of all.
Yeah.
But the Super Nintendo and the Genesis, that shit was basically like the entirety of the 90s, more or less, really. Because most of the 90s, because the N64 came out, I want to say it was 96, I think. Yeah, 96. 96. So like in the 90s and the 2000s, because of the technology that we had back then, it took a while for the technology to upgrade to get to that next level. So back then, when you jumped from the Super Nintendo to the N64, it was like, wow, like go play Super Mario World and then go play Mario 64. It's like night and day, right?
One of my favorite games.
And then when you looked at the jump,
both of those are my favorite games actually. But go ahead.
And then when you look at the jump from the PS1 to the PS2, when you play the PS1, play something like Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasy VIII, but then you play Final Fantasy X on the PS2, it looks like from that era standards, it looked like real people. I mean, Final Fantasy X, it still looks good to this day. So the point I'm making is that 5.5 to 7 years was a good number back then. But see, now consoles are so advanced and technology is so advanced that when we get new shit, whether it's a new console or whether it's like an upgraded version of a console, it doesn't really look that different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it still looks the same. Like, can you honestly say that a PS4 game looks that much different than a PS4 Pro game? It may run a little bit faster. Yeah, but they look the same. So like they were showing the footage on the trailer. They were showing footage of Marvel Spider-Man 2 on the regular PS5, and they showed the footage on the PS5 Pro, and they look the exact same. There's no difference at all. So I feel like that we're at a point now where when they make new consoles or when they make like upgraded versions of consoles, they're just doing it out of obligation now. But it's like there's really no reason to do it. Like you don't really need to have a PS5 Pro because most people are going to be satisfied with the regular PS5, regardless.
Like me. Like me.
You know, you don't really need this shit. It's like you just said, Simon. They're just doing this shit out of greed now. They're doing it out of obligation. Basically, what I'm saying is, back then when they upgraded consoles, it felt like a much needed upgrade to get to that next level of gameplay. Now it's like we kind of peaked. It all looks like graphically, it's not going to get any better than this. At this point, we don't care about graphics. We just want fucking good games. So how are you gonna fucking give us a PS5 Pro that's $800? It's like, all right, at the very least, give us a new game. Like it's scummy, but give us a game that's like exclusive to it. And the trailers are just all games like fucking what it was like The Walking Dead Part 2, Marvel Spider-Man 2, God of War Ragnarok, just cool games and all, but like this shit ain't new. Like you're showing us games we've already played. So
damn,
you want me to pay $800 to play a game I already have just so it looks better? Like the fuck?
Like the rumor that the GTA 6 is going to be the debut game for the Pro.
I feel sorry.
I'm not surprised about that. I'm not about to try to sell the console. But hold on. Like, you really made me think of something, yo. You gave me an epiphany. Like, because they do got contracts to fulfill. Motherfuckers got to eat. All that crazy shit. But what if they really hit that ceiling? Like what you said, like, the games can't look any better. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they hit that. It's like they're running out of ideas. That's why you're seeing, you know, they doing like revamps or whatchamacallit. Yeah, like revamps, re-releases. Like look at the big release of the Capcom Classics coming out. What? I think it comes out in a couple of days.
Yeah, the Capcom collection.
Yeah, I'm getting that, by the way. I don't care what nobody says, I'm getting that.
Oh yeah, it's
exclusive to the Xbox, right?
But it's like like maybe they really hit that ceiling. Like I didn't think of that shit. Maybe they're really scrambling for ideas. Like it's like, what else can they do?
They could forget about the graphics and just make the servers better, because that's what we're really complaining about.
Yeah, sometimes the servers be trash. Yeah, hell yeah. Especially when it comes to like a new release, like a new game, the servers would be trash as hell. They would have to do updates and, you know, patches and all types of extra shit. It's like, yo, just make sure the game is good before y'all release it. That's it.
Like,
I'm not a graphics guy. I've always been a gameplay guy. I'll appreciate if a game looks good. So far, of the games I played on PS5, the only game I played where I did notice the graphics was, I guess, some minor spoilers here. And Marvel Spider-Man 2, when you get to face Venom, it's like nighttime and it rains, and like when the rain hits the ground, you can see like the reflection on the water, like you can in real life. So I was like, all right, that's cool.
Now, Spider-Man 2 is fucking gorgeous. That game is fucking insanely crazy.
Right. Other than that, the only real other noticeable thing I've noticed with the PS5 is the loading times are quicker. That's nice when you're shopping in the PlayStation Store. It's just very automatic. It downloads quicker. The number one thing I like about it is, and not every game does this, but most PS5 games do it. If you're playing your game and you close it for whatever reason, and you cut your console back off, then you cut it back on later, and you boot up that game you were playing, you're at the exact same spot you were. You don't got to go through like the menu where it loads and all. It's just like boom, like right there. So like the loading time is great.
Automatically. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
The same thing happens with the Switch. Like as soon as you turn it on, like it automatically goes to the same exact spot that you're at.
Yeah, it does it with the Switch too, which is great.
What's good, Henny God?
Anyway, I was joking with RKO. I said RKO. Lowe's. I was joking with TKO. I was just watching. I was watching Orton Christian match before I joined. That's why RKO was on mine. I was joking with
why
TKO
you trying to piss yourself off? Why are you watching that robbery?
I don't know, man.
That was
Anything
a one-sided as shit.
anything they get in mind after the events of the day. I was joking with TKO earlier that Scorpio Sky is going to be the fucking heel of the business of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These pros. I'm telling you, TK. Since you fucking steal our ideas anyway, I'm booking it for you now. You do a storyline where not MJF, Darby wins the title, and as a celebration, like Sting or whoever, I don't care. Someone gives him a fucking PS5 Pro, and then you have fucking Scorpio show up. He steals it, and he just fucking scalps every single PS5 Pro on the fucking roster. He'll become like a mega heel. Can't stand that fucking dude. I hate scalpers. Oh my god, I hate them.
Tess and Henny God. That's right, Ballet.
Oh man,
Can become mecha heel.
that'd be hilarious.
I mean, hell, why not? If Punk and Drew can feud over a bracelet, why can't you feud over an $800 plus tax console? I don't care if these wrestlers make $1 million. That's still a lot of money. It's believable.
The line of Monday night was what Gunther said to Brett.
Oh man,
Oh god, that Goldberg line was hilarious.
Gunther the GOAT.
Oh man. It's funny we were in the group chat just typing about that line and he says it.
Because we all caught it at the same time. That's what I'm telling you, Black Star. Like, where you at? Like, we all caught that shit at the same time.
I laughed so hard when I heard that line. I was like, what?
Gunther the GOAT, B.
Like, and then you could see Bret Hart's soul leave his body.
Like this motherfucker here.
Yeah, Bret didn't expect that. He didn't expect that shit. Bret looked like he was like, man, you don't know if I was 30 years younger.
I like John's idea. He said that Gunther should beat Sammy with the jackhammer. That'd be great.
Oh god, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, he should do it. Why not? Fuck it.
Like in front of Brett.
Gunther should have Goldberg's pyro now. Keep it going. Like he should just become Goldberg. Just become the gimmick.
Just as long as he don't do the spear. Please don't do the spear if he goes. I'm tired of motherfuckers doing the spear.
But like you can tell that Gunther was gonna say something fucking diabolical when he smiled.
Yeah, he always has that evil smirk.
I like that, honestly.
I think Gunther needs a stable though. I know stables is thrown all over the place, but Gunther looks more powerful with a stable.
What is
like him with Imperium?
Is Imperium not a thing anymore, or?
Hell no. What?
Do
you see what's going on? Like you see this dude, Giovanni Spinacci, whatever the fuck his name is.
I don't know.
Losing in 3 seconds.
I don't know what's going on with him.
That's it.
I thought I saw his gimmick on NXT. It would work, but I didn't expect him to lose.
See, the problem is the word burial is thrown around so much that like when an actual burial happens, most fans just sort of like shrug it off. Like that was an actual burial. What they did on SmackDown.
No. That shit wasn't a burial. That was a motherfucking beheading.
Yo, like it doesn't matter what he does after this. Like that is always going to be etched in history.
Man, that was carrying cross territory.
Yeah,
man.
that was worse than carrying.
He would have to put in work like Daniel Bryan. You know what I'm saying? Because Daniel Bryan Daniel Bryan was a fucking heavyweight champion when something like that similar happened.
On the bright side,
I don't know who he pissed off or what's going on there. Because
but the rumors is that like that Vinci tried to hit on Tiffy Time.
Oh,
really? Wait, really?
Yeah.
Ain't that Kaiser's wife or something?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
I know her.
I never. What?
I don't know if they broke up or nothing, but
Yes,
What a-
social media has been really weird today. I shouldn't even be saying this, but yeah, this is so strange. Of all people, this is so fucking random. I can't believe I'm going to say this.
What
Let's see
happened?
how should I say this politically correctly?
Look, if
Don't.
you
Just
struggling
don't.
to say it, if you struggling to say it, if it's gonna compromise you looking like a dork, then don't say it.
No. Rhea
Okay, okay.
Ripley. Rhea Ripley has some allegations going against her on
Huh?
Twitter. Yeah,
How bad is it?
apparently there's allegations of her being racist, of
God,
some different memes and stuff that she liked almost a decade ago. And before the show went live, I was trying
they
to kind
released
of
it.
find the source of who was the
Oh
person that said
shit.
she was racist. And of all people, it was adult actress performer Kira Noor. So the adult
what the
actress,
fuck?
What?
yeah,
That is so random. What the fuck is going on?
yeah. If you look it up on Twitter,
I'm looking it up now.
adult actress Kira Noor said, "I can't believe Rhea Ripley is racist." So that's the source of it. So yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. Why am I not surprised? This
That
crazy.
is what in the weird shit is that?
Hold
I
on.
know, right? Just weird.
I'm
Really
not saying
weird.
I agree. I'm not saying I agree, but I just wouldn't be surprised.
The question is, do you believe it? Because like Mia Khalifa said some shit about Randy Orton. Randy Orton fucking machine gunned her.
Mia Khalifa is a fucking liar. Fuck her.
And a bum.
She been a liar. We know that.
Yeah.
Vinci was Gucci down and lost in 10 seconds to Apollo Crews. And Apollo Crews of all people. Triple H is like, see, I'm not racist. See, I told you.
Like you said it wrong. Vinci, you hit on Tiffy.
Hit on Tiffia.
You hit on Tiffy.
Lose to Apollo Crews. Why you sound like he got a diaper on every time he talk? He taking a poop.
What?
No idea.
What the hell? That was random.
Today has been very weird, just all over the place. One of the weirdest days.
Man.
So, do we
How
talk
was your
about
day?
the tribalism of fans or what?
Oh yeah, I already go ahead. Go ahead. I already did my rant, so I'll let y'all cook. I'm gonna roll up this
man.
L real quick.
First, all right, look. The tribalism between the cage match between Swerve and Hangman, apparently it was too violent. First off, I just want to say I'm not a fan of wrestlers using syringes in a match. That's my only takeaway. But if you are one of those guys that's mad at this match, but yet you cheer for ECW's One Night Stand and you cheered for Stone Cold beating the hell out of Lita with a chair,
The
You're
greatest chair
fucking-
shot of all time.
you are fucking weird. Like, seriously.
No,
Yeah.
but to me, like it's the hypocrisy of it all. Like you sat there and you watched fucking Sandman, no relations, was fucking crucified on the motherfucking cross like he's motherfucking Jesus Christ.
Y'all watch Jack Perry get set on fire.
Yeah, you watch Jack Perry get set on fire. You watch motherfucking Undertaker get crucified on the cross like he's Jesus Christ.
You watch
Undertaker
Big Man.
You watched Undertaker freaking. You're also the same motherfuckers who said Taker throwing Mick Foley off the Hell in a Cell twice was the greatest thing ever.
No, that's not even his worst sin. It was when he tried to marry an underage Stephanie McMahon on fucking live television.
Right. Right. I remember that shit.
Basically, most of this shit, not really most of this shit, all the stuff that AEW does has been done before. Like, people were freaking out about the Mox Danielson plastic bag spot. Terry Funk did that with Ric Flair. back in the 80s.
Clash of the
That was,
Champions.
that was like an old NWA spot. Now I never seen a syringe before, but it was brought to my attention that CCW and a bunch of other like indies they've done that spot before. I'm with TKL there. I don't really like syringes. That was kind of cringe. But the point is that there isn't any crazy violent thing that they've done that hasn't already been done somewhere else. So it's just complaining for the sake of complaining. Basically.
Yeah, because it's AEW. And here's the thing: it's not random. When when these dudes are doing these heinous acts, it was warranted. You know what I'm saying? Like, these motherfuckers have been through crazy beef. Like, this dude burned down his childhood home, drank some whiskey, chilling. Like, even before then, he drank his blood.
Word,
Swerve drank his
literally,
blood.
bro. That's
What do you
another
expect
thing.
from these two?
Word, that's another thing. That man drank another man's blood on television, and nobody said shit.
Like I saw where like the movie that Moxley got the this isn't your company anymore line from. Those are like, TK, fucking really? You're fucking copying motherfucking Klansman, really? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Right. Most stuff in wrestling has already been done before, either in a movie, TV show, or some.
No. But Klansman, you should know your fucking source.
Shit,
Before you fucking do shit.
Racism has always been in wrestling. Racism is a big part of wrestling. It ain't nothing new.
Right.
Now the accusations of Tony Khan being racist, I'm starting to believe the shit. I'm sorry.
Goals.
I'm not
gonna dispute it, Go
Well,
on.
like I said before, man, all I want is because I sent the message earlier. All I want is I just want fans to give it the same energy. Hammerstone was the mystery guy today. Granted, he hasn't really been in TNA long enough for me
What
to
did he
see
do?
him
What did he do? What did he do?
He faced Omofemi and he lost.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
What the fuck?
Right.
What is
He
right?
lost to Omofemi. We knew that was coming.
And that's
Right,
what
so
I'm saying. What are they doing? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Right.
But
What I was going to say is Hammer hasn't been in TNA long enough for me to see him as a TNA like guy, but he should be in a much higher spot than he's in. But the point is that I just want fans to give it the same energy, because when Kenny was over there, when he was the AEW and Impact champion, he was beating Moose, he was beating Swan, he was beating, all the guys that were there. And the fans were complaining, saying like, oh, they're making TNA look less than. This isn't doing anything for the brand, blah, blah, blah. And ever since this relationship started with WWE, or really NXT, it's the same shit. It's one-sided. TNA guys and girls go to NXT and they job. And the same people who were complaining are not saying a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Mercedes Moné showed up.
Go ahead.
Mercedes Moné showed up, got a title shot immediately. People were bitching. She's entitled. She's a whore. Blah, blah, blah. And now Julia shows up, and she's just getting like a title shot immediately on the first show on the CW. And these motherfuckers are not saying a goddamn thing.
You don't hear a peep.
So, nothing. So
it's going to be even quieter if she wins.
She's going to win. There's no reason. There's no reason for. I don't even know the chick's name. Roxy. There's no reason for
Roxy,
her to. There's no reason for her to win. She's going to lose because they want to pop a big number. First big show in the CW. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I just want fans. I want a certain selection of fans to admit that they're okay with getting fucked up the ass with no lube, as long as it's from WWE. But if some other company does it.
Man, you're gonna be waiting a long time before anything to admit that.
Yeah, there's the post from Kira there.
Huh.
That's weird. That's weird as fuck, bro.
Mega weird. Huh.
Yeah, and to make it even stranger, Rhea basically what the tweet is a reference to is like in the early 2010s, like 2013, 2014, 2015. Rhea was she liked a bunch of like Trump related stuff.
Mm.
You know, like on Instagram, like her official account, like because her official account, you know, will give it a heart up or whatever. I'm not going to go into detail about it. 2013 was a long time ago. I think she was like, I don't know, 17, 18 at the time. I don't fucking know. But
Yeah, you're allowed. You're allowed to be stupid when you're a teenager.
Yeah, right.
Right.
to me, it depends on what it is. Like when people were defending Sammy, I was like, bro, when I was fucking 12, I knew rape was wrong. That's no excuse. So,
Right, exactly.
Right. Like that's like common sense should be common, bro.
Definitely.
Yeah, but wasn't Sammy like over the age of 20? Of like what? Wasn't he like 24 when he said that shit?
I don't know how old he was. He was
Hmm.
younger, but still, you don't say stuff like, "Oh, I'm not even gonna repeat it," but yeah.
Yeah. And there was a comment there that was saying like, "Oh, this is debunked. Her ex-boyfriend was black," and it's like, I'm not saying she is racist. I'm not saying it, but it's like just because she had a partner of different sex doesn't mean that. Excuse me, not different sex, but different. You know, and that doesn't
Right.
mean she's not racist.
Look at Tessa.
Yeah.
Right.
Case in point. Tessa has a lot of black male friends, but it was the lack of black
Her
female
father,
friends.
her father must disown that woman so quickly.
Right, he never talks about her. Right, that's the
Never
sad
does.
part too, because it was clearly meant for that. I know people don't really remember, and I know like nobody really gives a shit, especially now. But if you remember back then, he was the manager, if I recall, to Sean Spears, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
pinnacle.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
he was the manager for Sean Spears, and they were doing this gimmick where he was just going through different tag team partners, like trying to find the
The right
perfect
one.
partner.
Yeah.
And this was right when Tessa's contract was running out. It was pretty clear what they were going to do. Tessa was going to come in and probably be that partner. And it was going to be a big thing for her. But then right around that time, you know, she got in trouble. And then after that, like he didn't say anything. Like that's her fucking dad. You would think of all people, her dad would have come out and be like, "Oh, that's not true about my daughter. My daughter,
He
nope."
probably ashamed of it. So
Like the second he saw those tweets, Enter Sandman started playing in his head.
I'm shocked nobody's questioned him about it, honestly. But I get it.
Oh, did you guys hear what Hogan said on Logan Paul's show?
Who gives a fuck what Hogan said?
Yeah, like yo, this dude. Why do people
Right.
keep giving this dude a microphone?
Speaking of Logan Paul, you saw the shots that Kevin Nash took at him?
Who gives a
Yeah,
fuck about Logan Paul?
yeah, like
what
yo,
did
you
Nash
stupid
say?
black.
What did Nash say? I didn't hear that.
I don't know what type of
basically
Go ahead.
basically Kevin Nash is upset that Logan Paul is getting paid all this money to basically do nothing.
Mhm.
Yeah, granted.
That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny coming from Nash, but keep going.
Exactly. That's the first thing I thought about. That's the first thing I thought about. I'm like, you ain't wrong, dude, but you're one to talk, man.
Come from Big Sexy Mike.
He said, "Thank you, ballet."
Like you're the most overpaid big man in wrestling, or at least was.
They broke the standard. Hall and Nash, they set the standard for guaranteed contracts. When they got that guaranteed contract, they didn't have to do anything. That's why look, NWO was cool and all, but for 90% of it, it was the same shit. Just Hall and Nash just coming out, two sweeting people getting paid. They didn't got to do
That
anything.
sounded crazy.
No, the greatest Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
The greatest Kevin Nash line of all time was when he was in TNA and Hogan and Immortal took over, and he said that back in the day I used to be just for the checks, and now I'm gonna be in it for the young guys. While he walked out the motherfucking door and left the WWE that same night.
Right. Word. He went to WWE about to have a match with CM Punk on that same night. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Yeah, the one thing I'll give Nash is that he's always been honest. Like I remember, like when he was inducted into the
Yeah.
Hall of Fame, and somebody gave him shit saying like, "Oh, how are you in the Hall of Fame? You were never a great pro wrestler." And he just said, "I never claimed to be one."
You're right.
I
He
love his
never
honesty.
did.
Like everyone plays a position. Like when it came to Nash and like Hogan and Hall, whatever, they knew the business. They knew it was like, man, this is all about business at the end of the day. Like, yeah, it's cool to look decent in the ring, but it's about the business.
Right.
Why you see there's so much wrestlers out there that could wrestle their ass off, but these dudes after they do all that shit, they about to go work at Walmart right after their match. And there's no shade to them. There's really no shade to them, but facts are facts.
Like I was watching. Like I was watching like one of like these old matches. I think it was no. I think it was Mongo's first match. That's what I watched.
Ooh, you talking about Mongo McMichael?
Yeah. Like it was Mongo McMichael's first match versus some guy named Julio Gomez or some shit like that.
Yeah.
That's a perfect 90s jobber name. Oh my god.
Julio Gomez.
And already in the ring, weighing in at 150 pounds, Julio Gomez.
Versus
he's
the
gonna die.
What in the hell?
The funniest part about it was that it was on a motherfucking pay-per-view.
What?
It was on Bash of the Beach.
Bro, they didn't give a damn back then, bro.
It's the pay-per-view though. Which pay-per-view was that?
Bash of the Beach. Like I think it was the same night that Arn and Benoit faced the Giant.
Oh,
Kevin Sullivan.
You're talking 96. That's the night Hogan turned heel.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
You're right.
I'm sitting there. I'm watching.
I think I remember what you're talking about. Yeah.
Like I'm sitting there and I'm watching it, and he almost majorly fucked up the figure four.
Good Lord, man, they're lucky that heel turn saved the show, bro. Because
for some inexplicable reason, and then his finisher became a tombstone. I was like, why didn't Taker sue the living shit out of WCW?
Yeah, Bash at the Beach is proof.
Think about using that move.
Yeah, Bash at the Beach is proof. You could have like the fucking shittiest show of all shittiest shows. If the ending is crazy as fuck, people give it a thumbs up. Nobody remembers that fucking card. They just remember Hogan turning heel. That's it. Oh, right. Yeah, that was his name. Joe Gomez. Yeah.
Joe Gomez. There you go.
Joe Gomez. ADO said, but what side is he on? Bobby Heenan was trying to be fucking messy.
But he ended up being right.
The entire time.
He was right for what, years?
Was
right.
You got me curious now. I looked up the Bash of the bro. I don't remember any of these fucking matches.
The match
Rey Mysterio versus Psychosis. John Tenta versus Big Bubba. DDP.
Okay, that match
was
fun.
Who DDP went up against? Who DDP went up against?
Duggan.
Okay.
The Nasty Boys versus the Public Enemy.
Okay, I skipped that match.
Dean Malenko versus Disco Inferno.
Oh, God.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. You have to watch it. Match.
Mongo versus Joe, just like you said. Flair versus Conan before he hit toss.
That was funny. You have to watch
Flair versus promo. That's such a random match. How did that happen? Flair versus.
You have to watch Flair's promo because Flair went super mega racist.
In that promo. Oh man! The Giant and the Taskmaster versus Arn Anderson and Benoit, and the main event was the Outsiders versus Team WCW. I got to rewatch this show. I don't remember any of these matches.
Yo, that shit sound crazy.
Like he literally.
All I know about is Ray versus Psychosis because they had a rivalry for the Cruiserweight title. But
like Flair literally stood there and sang La Cucaracha. Why would he do that?
Oh man! Yo, swear he had
Conan,
no
Conan, you're a
chance.
man. You're a man with 1,000 holds. But I'm gonna be a man with a U.S. championship and a world heavyweight championship. La cucaracha. Woo!
Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah. That shit just popped up in my head like yesterday. Yeah, he did say that
Oh
shit.
my
Oh my
god.
god, he would get canceled now if that came out. Oh my
Oh yeah,
god.
for sure.
Oh wow.
Hey, you
Who
know
was that?
what?
He went
But
Superman.
I loved Conan's finish name, the Tequila Sunrise. That was a great finish name.
That's when he turned heel,
Hell
right?
yeah.
That's when he turned heel.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact, y'all know Conan was the one that taught Bret Hart the sharpshooter.
Wait, what?
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that taught Bret Hart how to do the sharpshooter.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Conan's cool. Yeah, he's one of the biggest unsung heroes in wrestling. He never got that big break, but he knew a lot of
Then
people.
Conan turned motherfucking heel mid promo on WCW.
Yeah.
When he said, Mongo, if you come at me, I'm gonna cripple you. I'm like, what? We said that. We said that when if the women come in and interfere, I'm gonna slap them. I was like, huh?
Yeah, bro, man, I can't wait for Rikishi to go off again when Jay loses to Braun. It's gonna be all right, Kish. Because your other son is challenging for the WWE Championship on the first show back on USA.
Rikishi ain't say shit yet. He's mad quiet. Like, yo, my dude, this dude is literally the number one contender for doing nothing, and you're just so quiet. What the fuck did Solo do to be the number one contender? Just request it? That's literally what he did.
Yeah, he was like, "I got next." That's basically.
That's it, my dude. You just lost.
But there's like there's like a few funny promos that I saw there was another one. I think it was no, that wasn't that one. No. I think it was like the very next night. Like it was the very next night on Nitro, right? And Juventud Guerrero made his debut.
The juice.
The juice is loose.
And Mean Gene did the most massive mistake that he ever did in his entire fucking life, which was to interview a person who doesn't know English in the middle of the fucking ring.
Right.
Like he sat there in mid promo, he went from English to Spanish with such quickness.
You know, Mean Gene was lost. Damn, I don't remember. See, like around that time, I was more of a WWF guy than a WCW guy. Like I seen bits and pieces of WCW here and there.
And then to end the promo, he said, "I'm the best wrestler in Mexican." Like, wait, huh?
My favorite Botchmania promo is that one time Kalisto was interviewed, and he was like, he just kept botching. He was like, Lucha stuff, Lucha, blah, 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 yeah.
Like there's like a bunch of like funny ass promos, and most of them were on Nitro.
Speaking of Lucha stuff, Triple H, I'm not sure if you knew this or not, but you do have Dragon Lee on a contract. You might want to use him. All right.
He just lost.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
He's using him the job.
He just lost to Dominic on Monday. If anything, you should at least put him on speed.
He lost to Walmart Latino.
Walmart Latino Heat.
That dude Dominic Mysterio is literally Eddie Guerrero light.
Right, and all you fans bitching and moaning, I want y'all to have the same energy when fucking Phoenix and Ray, when Pentagon and Phoenix are fucking jobbing to Truth and Miz in 2 minutes.
Oh god! Oh my god, bro! I am so worried about Phoenix and Penta coming up. It is not even funny.
You know what? I'm not mad at them in a way because they feel like, look, we're trying to get that big bag. We've been in the indies for like forever. Let's go for that big bag. And how long they been in the Indies for like what,
A
decades?
while, yeah.
A while, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not mad at them for like fuck it. Let's just go for it. Let's get the big bag because our bodies ain't getting any, any healthier after all the shit that we done been through.
I think that's why the Guns, if the story is to be believed, I think that's probably why they signed with them because like they're both still in great shape, but like they're both in their early 40s, So
Yeah,
when you get
now
when
or
you get to
never.
that
Yeah,
age,
Yeah.
So
Bro, I am scared. I'm so scared for the
yeah,
Lucha Bros, man.
yeah. Me too, because they is just so special because they could legitimately either be a tag team or they could be solo but still be a tag team at the same time. Pause. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna be in the LWO, aren't they?
For
I'll
life.
tell you exactly.
Don't
I'll tell you
jinx it.
exactly
Don't.
what's gonna happen. No, I'll tell you exactly what's gonna happen. Triple H's racist ass. What's gonna happen is they're gonna be on the Raw.
See, he said it. He said I didn't. Go ahead.
They're gonna be on the Raw brand, and the story is gonna be both Don and Ray trying to recruit them to join their groups. That's gonna be the story. Don's
Oh,
gonna try to get them
me?
to join.
To me, a storyline that will make more sense as far as like it's still gonna be racist as fuck, but it's gonna make more sense. That if Jose the Assistant is coming to WWE and he's going to manage Andrade, might as well bring back the band together.
Honestly, I would you mean put the Lucha Bros with Andrade and Jose? Honestly, if they
That would make
do
more sense.
that, I might be a little bit less worried, but at the same time, I don't know how much faith I would have that they would be at the level that they should be.
Okay, just like think about it here, okay? If like let's say like the Judgment Day like on like their own shit, you know what I mean? Like their own separate storyline, right? Like if you turn Andrade heel and you bring in the Lucha Brothers as heels, then you have an automatic like an automatic first feud for both of them.
That'd be like, what would that be? That'd be like three Mexican factions right there. That's the LWO.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I don't think
that's the only problem that I have with that.
I don't think that would work because the Lucha Brothers, they have like that Jeff Hardy thing where they're just too cool to boo.
Huh. True. Kind of like Jacob.
Yeah, like go ahead.
I think Penta could pass as a heel, but Phoenix probably not.
Definitely not Phoenix. Yeah.
Right.
Kind of like Jacob when Jacob does a swanton from the top rope. So you're supposed to boot this motherfucker.
Because the whole depth triangle.
Well, now even Jacob could play a face. Jacob, that's what makes Jacob Fatu special because he can play either or. That's a fact. Like, remember, we was pitching that what if Jacob was decided with Roman Reigns as him being a face. We spoke about that previously.
Sure, we did.
Right.
And the crazy part about Jacob is I mentioned earlier how they toned down Tama as over as Fatu is. He's still toned down because all he does is he just says Solo, I love you, no Diddy. Like that's all they have him doing. And it's just like
he's going. I have a strong feeling that he's gonna kill Solo.
No, I think he's gonna be loyal. I think it's better for his character to stay loyal. I think he should stay.
I have a feeling. I just have a feeling he's gonna kill Solo. Like the second The Rock comes back, he's gonna murder Solo.
Because then you gotta think of it like this: do you really want a rivalry between Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa? Who the fuck is here for that?
No, he's just gonna murder. Like, he's just gonna murder him because Solo keeps on losing.
Bro, Solo. You mean
Solo? I love you.
You mean like have Jacob? You mean like have Jacob just turn on Solo because he keep losing to Cody?
Exactly.
Well, then again, Cody did call him out on SmackDown, so I'm like, bro,
They have Jacob turn Ultra Mega heel.
Oh
that'd be
yeah.
Just fuck up
that'd be
everybody.
funny.
Did you talk about the list today?
What list?
I'll pull it up right now. Hold on.
Oh, that internet list
Yeah,
where
hold on. I got y'all right now.
That's
Give me 1 second.
PWI, right?
Yeah,
man, I never take those lists seriously ever.
that shit goofy as hell.
Same.
No.
But
Oh
it's fun
yeah.
to talk about though.
Like like one last promo. Remember when Macho Man was looking for freaking? I think it was Liz, right? He went to the back and he saw
It was a Dora Maria, I think it was, or Gorgeous
No.
George.
Yeah. Like,
It was a Gorgeous George and Major Guns, I think.
Yeah. Didn't he slap a few bitches like Wayne Brady?
Yeah, he was smacking both of them.
Yeah, no, that's what I was going. That's what
Yeah,
I was
remember that's the whole infamous Botchamania segment. Call for the man.
Right.
Like he saw. I think it was not Candice Michelle, but she dated a Ben Affleck, I think.
Candice Michelle. You mean Tori Wilson?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Tori
Tori
Wilson.
Tori
Wilson's
Wilson,
a
and then
fuck
Tori
with Ben
Wilson
Affleck?
was about to laugh, and right when she smiled, Macho Man fucking pimp slapped her. So their pimp hand was way strong.
We don't condone domestic violence, y'all. But that's what
Yeah, they still took kayfabe
We don't
seriously
condone it
back
though.
then.
It started getting closer and closer.
Because you know, they got these motherfuckers. Cancel them. They're laughing at the mess. It's a show. Relax. It's a fucking TV show.
That was like I was sitting there, I was watching it. I was like, they allowed this?
Yeah, it was like 99. Nobody gave a fuck back then. Nobody cared.
Man, look, what was that? The early millennium. Isn't that when these dudes was the experienced professional woman beaters, the 2-man power trip?
They were fucking up women back then. Like,
That was
Wildin'.
that was the peak back then. They didn't give two fucks about anything.
Put Lita in the Hall of Fame immediately after that chair shot.
man, put that chair in the Hall of Fame. The fuck? Like, this is the chair that we use to beat the hell out of Lita.
and then Triple H gave Lita the fucking pedigree of a lifetime.
Yeah,
she's
a fucking champ, B. Dead ass. I don't know if y'all can see the list. Can y'all see the list?
Yeah. Cody's won.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes is number 1. Behind him is Swerve Strickland.
Naito is way too low.
Naito is at 5.
That's way too low.
They got Gunther at number 9. Jesus.
I would switch Gunther and MJF. MJF and Moxley. So MJF is 8.
How the fuck do they have
Why is
am I missing something here with Mystico? Why is he there?
No, don't care.
What are we doing here? Like, if anything, give that spot to my dude, the gatekeeper, Kyle Fletcher. Yo, he been cooking as of late. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah.
Kyle Fletcher, yeah, I'd put him on there for sure. He been doing good.
Might as fucking well you put fucking Mystico there. Everybody's like, yo, why the fuck is Mystico there? It's like this dude.
I had a
He
question.
just wandered here.
Priest is good at 6.
I got a question. Why is Seth Rollins on the list? Dude is
he has wrestled all year.
Seth Rollins has been injured all year. Why is he on the list?
Yeah, I agree. He shouldn't be there.
Like,
It's because of his theme song. That's why. That's all.
I stopped taking PWI seriously years ago. I think the last time I took them seriously was like maybe 2012, 2013, something like that. So,
I'll put Naito at 4. I'll take Rollins completely off the list because he hasn't wrestled all year. I'll put Gunther at 5.
yeah,
I'll keep Priest at 6.
for sure.
I would put Moxley at 10. I'll put MJF at 8. That leaves Mystico.
I think everybody can agree at least on the top 3. Cody, Swerve, Will.
Yeah,
That's pretty fair.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like when it comes to Cody's matches in this title run, the matches, like all of his matches, has been good. Like he even tried to pull a good match out of Solo. So he's just lacking story and direction in his championship run.
He lacks
I'll put
story and
Drew.
direction. He lacks
put
story
Drew.
and direction. What's that?
I'll put Drew at 10.
Yeah, Drew should be on the list. Yeah, this Drew.
I'd
yeah,
replace-
McInSavage should definitely be on.
Yeah.
Great point, Blackstone.
I'd replace.
Take Seth
I
off
would.
there and
I would
give
take.
Seth
I would
Drew's
take
spot.
Seth off and put Drew on.
Yeah.
Why the
Replace Seth
fuck
with
is
Drew.
Mystico there? You got Mystico there, but not McInSavage?
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Jesus, man.
Yeah. And anyway, to go back to what Sandman was saying, the problem with Cody is like it's the Superman Batman thing. You know, Batman is only as good as his Joker. Superman is only as good as his Lex Luthor. WWE typically has a lot of heels, but right now they don't have that many main event level heels, and that's hurting Cody.
Like
You know?
one thing Vince was good at was developing a solid heel.
Also,
he was.
he's caught in this bloodline vortex still.
Vince just couldn't create faces. That was his problem. Like he was too reliant on Cena, and he kept trying to force Roman as a face, and that shit never worked. So Triple H
TKO,
and
fuck a
Vince,
vortex. Fuck a vortex. Cody's in the motherfucking bloodline hurricane.
yeah, Vince and
Now,
Triple
look,
H are
now,
total
all right,
opposites.
I didn't mean to cut you off, my dude. Well, I was gonna say, like, look, now this would have been a perfect opportunity to have Bobby Lashley fight Cody Rhodes. Yeah, Bobby
Sure.
Lashley
Yep.
would have lost.
Yep.
Right.
He would have lost,
Yep.
unfortunately, but
Cody would have given him a
fought
good match.
Yes, they would have two good matches.
He would have
I
been a
would have
believable,
loved it.
threat to Cody. You know.
Right,
Now
man.
this is the shit that we talking about with this dude Triple H doing goofy shit. Like
And then
he
it
had
would have
none for Bobby Lashley. Go ahead.
And then if he had feuded with Lashley because of the Street Profits and their involvement with Lashley, they would have been in the mix too. You know, that would have given
the Profits.
Montez something
The
to
Profits died tonight. Let's stop talking about them. They died
They
tonight.
lost. They lost.
No,
Axiom and-
no. They didn't lose. They didn't lose. They got their asses kicked by the bloodline.
Oh, they pulled up to NXT.
No, they basically
Yeah,
no. They basically
that's where
got their ass kicked.
Jacob did that. That's where Jacob did his swanton, dude.
They basically got
Oh,
their
yeah,
ass
you
kicked
didn't say that,
by
yeah.
Tama. They basically got their ass kicked by Tama Tonga and Jacob.
What did
I don't know
Tama
why
Tonga do?
they-
Tama Tonga didn't do a damn thing, didn't he? I know he didn't.
He super kicked.
It was just three. It was just three of them. It was Jacob and Tama and the Tongans. That was it.
Yeah, Tama super kicked. Super kicked.
I don't know why. I don't know why they were on NXT, but still.
Like he super kicked.
Yeah, he is though. All days off. Mystico is like he was like a John Cena in this country. I don't know about now, but from before, definitely.
Yeah, but after Stephanie Vacour brought the accusations towards him, yeah, that kind of dropped him off a little bit.
Oh wow.
That kind of
Like I said,
dropped him off.
I mentioned. It's funny because I mentioned Mystico or Sin Cara a few weeks ago. I don't know if this is still the case, but I had read many years ago that one of the biggest rules in WWE was that wrestlers communicate in English in the ring. You got to speak English in the ring, and I don't know if that's true or not. But if that story is true, it explains why he botched
You
so
can
much,
understand.
because he never learned English, and to this day, I don't believe he ever learned English. So there might be some truth to that.
Why wasn't he in AEW? That's
Shit.
He's made a few appearances.
Really?
He's made a few
Yeah,
appearances,
he
like
did.
on-
Yeah, he did.
he's
But
made a
it's
few
like
appearances like on Rampage and like Collision, but like they never signed him or anything.
So I did.
because it's like he'll be a needle in the haystack up in there.
See, Mexico, what you caused me not to do? You caused me not to say who the fuck is that guy?
And the problem about it is that Mystico's like he's great, but he goes back to what I've ranted about several times. Like, yeah, he couldn't speak English and he botched and shit. But the main reason why he absolutely flopped in WWE was they never saw him as Mystico. They tried to book him as the next Ray, and it's like there's never going to be another way.
Yeah,
how
you
many
can't
times
do
have I
that.
said this? Every
gotta stop
time they
doing
get anytime they get a luchador of any name caliber, they're obsessed making them the next Ray, and it's not going to be any different for Pentagon or Phoenix. It's never going to work. Stop that shit. There's never going to be another Ray. There's never going to be another Eddie. Stop it. It kills them from day one. Like, oh boy, the dude, Parker Boudreaux, whatever the fuck his name was.
Yeah, what the fuck is he doing now?
Who knows? But Paul Heyman went on
Paul
Twitter
Heyman.
said
Paul Heyman did a massive mistake compared to Brock.
Yeah,
Why would you say he's the next big? That's an impossible comparison. Like, no one can live up to that.
Yeah, I agree.
Like he did a
really
said,
let me give me 1 second. Ballet said the Street Profits will continue their feud with the Bloodline.
They continue to die.
Like it's like if it leads to them winning the belts, fuck it, because they really don't need those belts.
Oh my god! They killed Kenny. You bastard!
You know what's weird too? Montez is the one that keeps getting pinned. It's the weird part.
Yeah, that is
so
weird.
Crazy. Like I don't know what they doing, B. Like, why are they getting punished? I don't get it. Like they were, like they will give them some wins here and there, but they'll just pull the rug right from underneath them.
The one person Triple H better not fuck up with is Obafemi. You cannot fuck over that man.
He just beat Alex Hammerstone, so.
But nobody really cares about that. When he gets to the main roster, you better not fuck with him.
My question now is, well, technically they had Oba fight a TNA guy. My question is, do they pull the trigger between Oba, Femi versus Moose?
When he said to that woman, I fucking NXT the other night, when he said the wife is better off at home. I think that's what he said.
Look, I'm sorry, bro. Like I don't fuck with NXT like that. Moose don't need to be losing to anybody in fucking NXT. Moose is a bigger star than any of those dudes. So
I was just about to say that shit. Is like, now what did he do then? Like if Moose pulls up to Obafemi, now what?
Have Moose win. Have him defend the North American title on TNA television.
They're not gonna have a NXT title lose to a TNA guy, bro.
Supposedly the storyline is that TNA is going to win the war. So if TNA is going to win the war,
it ain't no war between them and NXT.
Ain't no war.
I'm talking about storyline wise.
Again, it ain't no war storyline.
It's like if anything, it's like a talent exchange. That's it. Ain't no war.
The only war that's going on is freaking Jordan Grace feuding with Rosemary. That's it.
But it's kind of like it's kind of like when Walmart WCW invaded WWE.
Funny.
Basically Jordan Grace said that according to her, that in the storyline when TNA comes in and basically have their pay-per-view against NXT, that TNA is going to win that pay-per-view. Basically,
what they can do is they can bring back that other. Well, I don't even know what you call it. It was a network special. I was about to say a pay-per-view, but it was never a pay-per-view. They did that show called no. I remember that one. Didn't they have a show called like Worlds Collide or something?
I thought they still do it. They don't do that no more.
No, they haven't done a Worlds Collide since they did Imperium versus Undisputed Era.
No, I didn't know. Yeah. I thought they were still doing that. Okay,
you could do a Worlds Collide show that could be exclusively TNA versus NXT matches and put it on Peacock. You could do that.
I'm definitely here for that. That would be fun.
Yeah, Ring of Honor used to have a show called War of the Worlds where it was New Japan guys versus Ring of Honor guys. That's what got me into New Japan. So they could do something like that. But if they do it, it's got to be like a once a year thing, so it feels special. You know, because if
Like
you
they're
do it every
basically
week, it
like
don't
they're
feel
basically
good.
doing that. They're basically doing that storyline now because Wesley, I guarantee you attacked the Rascals before their tag team match.
Well,
That's fine.
Wesley about to fight Zach Welch again next week in a street fight. So
All
That's
days
fine.
off was saying, hold on. All days off was saying
Okay.
Montez was not want to be the franchise guy. Not sure if he can carry the torch anyway. You know, you
Yeah.
could have a point, my dude. You know, maybe he
Yeah.
don't want to be that top guy. Like there are wrestlers out there that just don't want that extra baggage. You know what I'm saying? They just they cool where they at. It's possible. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time, as a matter of fact, I remember it was a big old push Yoshitatsu campaign.
What?
Yo,
When was
Yoshitatsu,
this?
yeah, it was a long
Yeah.
time ago.
I
The
remember
only
that.
thing
Yoshitatsu was like,
I
"Yo, can
remember
y'all
that.
stop? I'm chilling. Can y'all stop saying push me?" Like,
And
Yeah.
and
plus,
we like, "Yo, motherfucker, you don't want to fight?" Like,
he wasn't even all that. They only
Yeah.
liked him because of it. They only liked him because of his music. That was it.
yeah, and
He was
he
He
knew
did
on
have good
karate.
music.
he was on Superstars. I used to watch Superstars back then in my dorm every week. He was facing guys like Chris Masters, Trent Beretta. I always forgot Trent was there. He was facing like Sheamus when Sheamus was a nobody. It was like 2009, 2010, and there were people that had push Yoshitatsu signs and
Yeah,
I remember
push
that shit.
Yoshitatsu, like, yo,
I'm
and
like,
he was like, "Yo,
why?
chill, you doing too much." I'm like, "Yo,
Yeah.
man, look,
Like,
I'm trying to
why?
get this easy check."
I'm like, why do y'all want to push him? He's not even that. He's not even all that.
Like I
Who knows?
remember back in the day when WWE had the light heavyweight championship.
Oh yeah, Taka Michinoku, B.
Yeah.
Taka is
I mean,
coming,
like Taka faced fucking Brian Christopher a fucking like 5 weeks straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some of the matches was botchy as hell.
And then they
Still a
tried
fun
so
time,
WWF
though.
WWF tried to copy WCW's cruiserweights, and WCW tried to copy WWF's hardcore division. They were both pretty shit. Like
WCW's cruiserweights was nearly flawless. Let's really be
Yeah.
real.
They
Let's
were having
really,
better,
really be real.
bro. The cruiserweights were having better matches than the top guys.
Dean
Like, they were
Malenko,
so fluid, their moves are so crisp. You don't
Dean
see
Malenko
shit like
carried
that
that-
no more.
Dean Malenko carried that division for like the first few months.
I used to get into heated into heated debates when they brought back the cruiserweight division and they did the cruiserweight classic. I said it then at the time. I said the cruiserweight classic is the best piece of television I've ever seen the WWE produce, and it still holds up to this day. It was a great tournament and
Bro,
shit.
they had Cedric Alexander versus Kota Ibushi, for God's sake.
Which was a great match. That was a
Right. It
great
was
match.
great. But then when they
Mm.
lost the plot, number one, when it was finished, it should have been just an NXT thing. But they wanted to be on the main roster because Raw was 3 hours and Vince was looking for a way to kill more time. And he was like, all right, we'll have the cruiserweights. But the second thing that killed it from the very beginning, and I've lightened on this guy now because back then I used to hate him. At that time,
know
I
what
was
you
not a
mean.
Finn Balor guy. I thought Finn Balor was overrated. I've warmed up to him. I don't love the guy, but he's cool and all. But what hurt the cruiserweight division is that look, Finn's cool and all, but he's a cruiserweight in size. So at the time, you'd have like say Rich Swann versus Neville for the cruiserweight championship, and the next match would be like Finn Balor versus Braun Strowman. It's like, wait, what?
Oh, wow, I
That's what they would
remember
do.
that.
That's
Yeah,
what they
that's
would do.
true.
They would literally book Balor like a segment after or before the cruiserweight. And I'm like, why is this dude not a cruiserweight then? And then some of the fans would be like, oh well, Finn Balor is too big to be a like. Do you mean too big? Do you mean like star power? They were like, he's too big of a name to be in the cruiserweight division. I'm like,
He was
if he's too
210 at
big
the
of a
time.
name,
What?
So it's like, why be there in the first place if that's the case?
right?
He was 210,
Also, you
215.
could literally say the same thing about fucking Neville. He was the
Right.
biggest.
That's why he dipped. That's why he did because Neville didn't want to be a cruiserweight. He wanted to work everybody else, and they were like, "Nah, you're gonna be here." That's why he was like, "Nah, I'm out." And he
No,
left.
let's not do that. Let's not do that. I love Pac and all. That's my guy, but he was a little bit, on some bullshit. He ain't want to do the business. He ain't
Like the
want to
Would you want a
get this.
job to Enzo?
Yeah, he ain't want a job to Enzo. He was like, you
Is
know what?
that
I
why
quit.
should he?
He
I
said,
don't blame
I
him for not.
quit. Fuck it. But it's like,
I don't blame him, bro. I don't blame him for not wanting a job to Enzo. Do you know how good that man is? And you
of
want him to?
course I do. Are you serious? Of course I do.
Why would
Like the
you?
one,
Why would you even ask him to job to Enzo, man? Come on.
Because Enzo was popping at that time, B. It is what it is.
like the
No,
one.
the
Everybody
fuck
was
he
doing.
wasn't, man.
Everybody was doing that stupid dance. Let's really be real. Everybody was
Let's-
doing that shit.
Well, I'll always say this: Enzo and Cass to this day was the most overact ever in NXT.
And
Most
if they
dope
come
merch
back, they'll
ever.
light shit up. If especially how this dude is now, fucking what? Enzo and this dude Cass, how he is now. If they was to go to WWE now for the man, look.
I don't even know if they get along now, honestly.
Nah, they don't.
No, they don't.
They don't.
They don't.
No.
So
I used to
that's
get, bro.
probably not
I
gonna
used to get
happen.
in heated debates. It's funny. I'm getting like fucking like angry just remembering it. Because they were so
Yeah, we
fucking
vibing.
over.
We vibing.
They were so fucking over. Like one of the dumbest shits I ever read was on Twitter. Like because they were over, and the VOD villains. Like no offense to them, they were the tag team champions, and it's like, why
They
the fuck
were
are the VOD
the
villains?
villains were over. I ain't gonna lie.
They were
did get
over, but they weren't as over as Enzo and Cass though.
Hell no.
No, they definitely weren't.
I didn't
Right.
like the Vault villains, really. I didn't really like them, but go off.
Yeah. I remember like Enzo and Cass, they were over, and this one guy I talked to was like, they're so over, they don't need to be tag team champions. And I was like, what? That makes no sense. If you're the most overact in the fucking company, you should be the champions. That's how it works in professional wrestling. So
And that's a sad part because if
Bro,
that
I
was the
hate
case,
that
Jay
saying
Uso
so
would have
much.
been a single champion by now.
I hate
Right.
that saying so much, man. Guy is so over they don't need a title. So like what's the point of him being there then? Isn't that the whole point? You get over, you get rewarded a championship.
Talk your shit, TKO.
Like that's how it's always been in wrestling. Like why is that a foreign concept?
Like, you know what I'm saying? You got dudes like JD saying, oh, this dude wasn't ready to be a single champion. Jay Uso wasn't ready to be a single champion. I'm like, my dude, come on. Are you serious? This dude, like, he was Backlash in France. Let's really be real. With that whole them everybody putting their camera light, the camera phone lights on and doing the wave and all that, the yeet wave.
Yeah, that
This
man
dude is super
they-
duper over.
yeah.
Who cares if this dude doesn't have a bunch of move lists or
the
move
only
set?
time I can accept a person being like super over and they're not champ is if it's like a legend who's just like done everything that they can do. Like right now, Danielson is AEW champion. He doesn't have to be, and he's clearly getting the championship because it's his last run, and I appreciate that. But prior to that, he didn't really need to be champion. Or if you're like, say, Roman, where you had a long run and you lost, and it's like you're not champion anymore. But now, like, you're so over, you don't really need to win the belt again anytime soon. You know what I mean? That's like the only exception, really.
Yeah.
But if you
Right.
don't fit any of those things and you're over, like, you should be in the conversation, if not be a champion. So
Totally
Yeah.
agree, sir. Totally agree.
Jay should have been a champ. He should have
Yes.
been a Continental champion.
And he's about to lose again because you're not gonna have Braun Breaker lose right now because he's cooking too. So
Right.
Jay Uso about to eat another L again. Here comes fucking fat ass Rikishi. Pause.
You know how Jey Uso's gonna lose, right? It's gonna be because of Judgment Day because they tying him in with Rhea Ripley.
This dude solo didn't do nothing. He just lost to Cody Rhodes. After that, just said, yo, you know what? Whoever wins between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens or whatever is gonna fight in a cage match. Just like that. What, yo, Nick Aldis, what the fuck are you, sir?
No,
That's like,
Rikishi ain't even talking about Solo. Like he just lost the main event. He just lost a world title match. Now he about to lose another one this week.
and this is what makes the belts look fucking cheap and not worth it. Because motherfuckers could lose consistently and become a number one contender. Oh, yo, you know what? Let me chill. Let me
Hey,
chill.
I'll say this though.
Because I swear to God, that's like a main pet peeve of mine. Because
Right.
we came up in an era where the belts actually meant something. Like, yo, this was your award. You've been kicking ass. You've been on the road. You know what I mean? Not seeing your family, going through the bullshit, racking up wins.
What's the topic?
And here go your prize. But no, you just
I'll-
been losing all the damn time, and here you go. You come on.
What's
I'll
topic?
say this, bro. I can't believe I'm saying this. Oh my god! Like, make a note. September 10th, 2024. I actually said something positive. Of all people,
Oh man.
about JD from New York. Oh my god, this fucking guy actually said something I agree with. I was scrolling through Twitter and
What did he
I
go
saw
off?
this-
I know he went off about that. I know he went off about that cage match between Swerve and Hangman. But
Yeah, he did go
Yeah.
off he did go off on that, but he actually said something positive about Swerve. I saw him because I blocked him. But if somebody retweets his shit and I didn't block that person, I can still see his shit. So I saw it on Twitter. He was doing I guess it was his review for All Out. And what he said about Swerve is that he saw the match, but he was really focusing on like Swerve's entrance. And he said that when Swerve came out, a lot of times, you're a champion. And then it's like when you lose the title, it's like that aura is gone or that feeling is gone. And he said when Swerve came out, he still had that aura,
Yep.
even though he doesn't have the belt anymore.
He
And
made
so-
the
and-
belt. The belt didn't make him.
Right,
Yes,
right.
sir.
And so in that regard, he considered he considered the reign a success because winning a championship, winning it is cool, but at some point you got to lose it. But even when you lose it, it's like, all right, after you lose it, are you still a main eventer or do you just go back to the mid card like it never happened, like what happened to Kofi? And I think we can say that Swerve is now at that next level. So I'll give JD that. That's true. Swerve
I will
does
say
not
this.
feel.
My bad. You was about to land the plane. My bad, my dude. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Swerve doesn't feel any smaller now that he's not the champion. He still has like that aura, And that's
Yeah.
cool.
I agree. You know what I'm saying? And shit, we've been new Swerve as a star, like shit, ever since Kill Shot. Let's really be real.
Right.
My thing is like, all right, when it comes to JD, yeah, he's like a mixed bag. You know what I'm saying? Like he says stuff I definitely agree with. I'm not gonna lie. He says a lot of stuff that I agree with, but there's stuff like when he misses, oh my goodness, he misses. You know what I mean? I admittedly I watch him. I do. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not ashamed to admit that shit. I watch him. I watch a little bit of Cornette. I watch Solid Monster. I watch, of course, us. You know what I'm saying? My eyes is here also, and I have other eyes here too, of course. But long story short, yeah, like I'm not mad at you for admitting that. A lot of people should admit that about JD. Like I just think the people that come at JD, most of them, I hate to say it, I just think they're mad. Because this dude JD, believe it or not, he do be number one every time he goes live. He's number one. It comes to shit streaming, when it comes to wrestling streams, every time he goes live, he's number one. And niggas is mad at that shit.
Like to me, and like this is my honest opinion about JD, is that if he don't come for me, I don't give a fuck about him. So I'm not gonna mind what he says every single time. Like some people want to make it their mission to cancel JD. They're like
it's really not that serious.
And to me, that's where it gets a little disturbing. Like, how bothered are you by somebody's opinion to try to want to cancel him or wish death on the guy.
Doesn't like.
I think where it gets ridiculous is like the stuff going on, like with Rhea, like what we mentioned earlier, is you have people out there who will just search up something that you may have posted or shared or liked like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, just as an excuse to cancel you. So there are people out there like that. They got nothing else going on, and they're just haters, and they're just looking for any reason to cancel you.
Kira Noir out of all people. Where did that come from?
Right?
And she don't even have no receipts.
Here's my opinion. What
the fuck is the receipts?
Here's my opinion. Here's my opinion on cancellation and shit. Okay. If you laughed at Robert Downey Jr. and Tropic Thunder, then you should shut the fuck up about anything. Cancel.
Nice.
Oh man,
I'm not gonna lie. When they came, I don't think that role was offensive. I don't know.
Like he did it.
Not to me.
No. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you laughed at that and you're trying to cancel everybody else for doing basically nothing, then shut the fuck up.
I got one better, Black Star. What about Uncle Ruckus? We all laughed when it came to Uncle Ruckus. Am I right?
We don't want you niggas. I'm
I don't trust those new niggas over there.
Right.
What about you, Tove? You don't like Uncle Ruckus? You like what's up?
Oh yeah. Uncle Ruckus is funny. I love him.
Like we all got, we all could appreciate dark humor from time to time. It happens.
Yeah, here and there.
The funniest part about that movie was when Robert Downey Jr. said you never go full retard. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, that was the headline.
My favorite.
That shit was
my
funny.
favorite. My favorite Ruckus one was one where he's like, "Guilty. That nigga's guilty.
That nigga's guilty.
Hang him. Hang the rope out here."
Did y'all see what he had pulled up to Shelton Benjamin?
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah. That was great.
He said, "Why you call yourself the golden standard? You're not a golden standard. Golden standards for white folks."
Like to me, there's levels to this shit. Like Vince McMahon doing what up, my nigga? Okay, that's warranted.
Oh man, didn't Wrestling Bios do that video?
Yeah, the do-rag Vince.
I'm watching that. I can't wait to watch
Do-rag
that. I might watch that when at work tomorrow.
Like that cancellation.
Speaking of this, y'all, how do y'all feel about Raw going to 2 hours?
Yes!
Clap.
Thank you, God. Thank you.
Raw is, for those of y'all that don't know, Monday Night Raw starting in October will be going 2 hours for the rest of 2024.
Thank you for the mercy.
For the rest of 2024.
It's been too long.
I don't know if it's going to be permanent, but as of now, it's an experiment. So,
right, Ballet, good, yes, good.
What I heard,
thank God, the torture is almost over.
When I heard Joe Tessitore say those words, I thought immediately to fucking have baked when Dave Chappelle said "Latimer."
That's that's like those cartoons, like when the angels come down, where they have that angelic sound effect, where it's like,
"Hallelujah,
God is good. The wrestling gods is good."
And I don't know if it's a permanent change though, but for now it is.
Because we gotta think about Netflix. That's when things is gonna get interesting because when it comes to Netflix, you got different tiers. So that's when things is gonna get interesting.
The interesting part about Triple H is that he reads Twitter and then books accordingly. If you
everyone does. It's just some people don't want to admit that.
Yeah, but Triple H actually admits it. That's the one thing that you shouldn't admit.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I remember.
I don't know, Dynasty. We'll see.
Yeah.
Really fun to be around.
I remember there was a picture that went viral, like back when AEW first started. It was like a picture of like it was an NXT show that was in session, and it was like Road Dogg and Shawn Michaels had like a small TV that had AEW on in the background. So that's always been a thing because they want a counter book based on what the competition is doing. So nothing wrong with doing that.
The funniest.
Thanks for the thumbs. Thanks for the thumbs. You already know the vibes, B. You guys are awesome, B. And welcome to the new subbies, B. Appreciate the love.
Like a top 10 Scott Steiner promo was when Scott Steiner said, like, oh, Ric Flair, you're holding all of us back. That's why everybody at home is sitting there with the remotes, clicking the Stone Cold Steve Austin on the other channel. I was like, yeah, Stone Cold's on.
Because WCW sucks.
King Leo, what do you do?
That was fantastic, man. That was a shoot and a half.
For me right here, I'm going to stay exactly where I'm at. And the NWO.
For life.
That shit was so played out even by then.
NW, man, you just don't get times like that no more, man. Like, I just could never forget. Like, you really literally had to be there for that Hogan turn at Bash at the Beach. You had to be there to, like, it's not the same.
Nah, but
it's
that
not the same looking at that shit, like, you know, like if you watch it now, yeah, it's good, but just being there.
You watch, like, if you ever watched wrestling before, you watch that pay-per-view for two reasons and two reasons only. What is the Hogan turn? The second is the Ric Flair mega racist promo.
Yeah.
Look here, Leo, like Kira Noir, she don't have no receipts, so I don't know. I was saying from before that, hey, look, if it's true, I won't be shocked. And I'm not saying it's legitimate, but I don't see no receipts, so that's just
she ain't got no receipts and she ain't talk about it again after that. So clearly,
then we don't believe her.
You got the pic. Put it in the put it backstage. You want to pull up? You can pull up. Like we could stay around for like a few more minutes.
But like nobody was watching the other day. Like I was watching YouTube. Oh, my bad.
No, not you. King Leo just sent it to me. Hold on. Oh man, let me see.
He has the proof.
Send it again. Send it again, Leo.
It was huge. I cried.
Just come through. If it's not going through.
We sent a picture, or is it a link or something?
Yeah, he says he about to send it right now. I looked at my inbox.
I'm cooking up. Send it to you. Okay.
I just got it. Hold on.
All right. Anyways, but I was watching the motherfucking Black Ku Klux Klan.
Okay, again. All right, hold on. I'm about to pull it up right now.
The most of it with great deals on the most capable Wrangler ever. Our most affordable SUV, Jeep Compass, the only open-air pickup. Jeep
about to fire it up right now.
Hurry into your local Jeep brand dealer and make the most out of summer with great deals today. During the Jeep Make This the Summer event, get $5,000 bonus cash allowance or get 0%.
Can y'all see it?
Burn the food.
Wow.
Oh, my bike. What the fuck?
That's Instagram.
$5 all you can eat pancakes.
That's so basically, that's her right there laughing at that joke.
Only at IHOP.
It is kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it is. But
yeah, it is funny. Like, what do you want me to say to that? It was funny.
I mean, that doesn't mean she's racist.
Is this what Kira Noir is talking about?
There's three others. There's three other ones. One of them was a Trump meme. It was like a guy. It was like an Hispanic dude, and he was like working on a wall or something. And at the bottom of it, it said something like, "Mr. Trump, I'm waiting on the wall to be finished," or something like that. and it was like done during 2016, like after he won the election, and Rhea liked it. So
What you think, Ballet? What you think, Ballet?
I think it might be I think that might be a reach here, guys. Honestly.
yeah.
Like we all laughed at racist jokes from. We were just talking about that not too long ago. We all laugh at racist jokes, but like here's the thing. Like I'm go through this with a fine tooth comb, of course. There's jokes that's offensive, and there's jokes that's just silly. That was just silly.
Yeah.
He didn't sit there and he didn't say something like that was out of malice or whatever. Like, oh, that was so black, you might sell drugs, or, some stupid shit, something like that.
Honestly, I think it's kind of a reach, honestly. If it ain't like a Tessa Blanchard situation.
Now that's hateful. That right there. Great point. Now what Tessa did, that's hateful. Now you consider that racist.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we could sweep this under the rug. So
Yeah, I'm just waiting for this Charlotte shit to come out. That'll be a great day.
oh God.
Not today though, unfortunately.
Well, you think Charlotte is with the Casper clan?
Oh, she's been on that time. Flair
Really?
too. Yeah, Flair too. People just
Oh yeah, I
don't
know Flair. I know Flair. I've heard the stories. Shit. Didn't this dude Teddy Long said he called him a nigga?
Yep.
Teddy Long got stories, man.
It's right there. It's on YouTube. Like it's on YouTube.
Teddy Long got some.
Yeah, the
great
video.
interviews.
I think the video is literally called. Ric Flair called Teddy Long the N-word. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
It's got over 1 million views.
Yeah.
I love
out to Van Vliet. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. This dude, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. He's becoming one of the best interviewers out right now. Cause
he's very good.
Like he asks really, really good questions, yo. I love watching his interviews.
That Drew interview was good.
That's because he asked the questions that people actually want to know. Like,
that Drew interview was very good.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch a Drew. I didn't get to watch a Drew interview. I watched Batista's interview. Batista's interview is really fucking good.
Yeah, that's when I knew that Stone Cold, and like Stone Cold's one of the GOATs. But when he had his show on the WWE Network,
the Broken Skull session. I missed that show.
Yeah, the Broken Skull. Like it was cool at first because it was like hands off. But then after that Ambrose interview that went off the rails, from that point on, it was too protected. And he was not allowed to ask the hard questions. And to me, the one where I was like, what is this? Was the one where he interviewed Jeff Jarrett. Because Jeff and Steve, they've been had heat for years. And like, you want to talk about, Steve hated Jeff because of what happened when he was like, a nobody in the Indies and shit. And then Jeff cut that what he said Austin 3:16 was sacrilegious, whatever.
It's sacrilegious, yeah. Talking about the Bible.
Right. Yeah, him and Jeff had hella heat. He walked up to Vince and said, "I'm never working with that motherfucker." And then Vince was like, "Okay, Steve, yeah, So and when they had to sit down, like, you want to talk about softball? That was like one of the most softball interviews. Like, they didn't mention that. They didn't mention how his dad cut his paycheck. They didn't mention the Kurt Angle Karen shit. It was like the most softball interview I ever heard. I was like, yo, this
Stone Cold dropped the ball a few times on his interviews. He dropped the ball a few times. Like, you would think, like, come on, you Stone Cold. Like, get to it.
Now, if
he would really fucking go, you know what I mean? Well, go ahead.
Now, if you want a must-see Broken Skull sessions, have Stone Cold interview Ahmed Johnson.
We want to understand him, first of all. So All Days Off was asking why WWE just don't hire Van Vliet. I think Van Vliet just wanted to do his own thing, and I'm here for that. Why be on contract if you could just run your own thing? You got your own thing going on, you got your own business, do your own thing.
He's got more freedom as an independent interviewer.
Right.
as an
There's a
independent
lot of
interviewer,
broadcasters. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, as an independent interviewer, he can interview. He doesn't just interview wrestlers. He interviews like people in the athletic world. He interviews like movie stars,
Yeah.
actresses, and stuff. If he got hired by WWE, like it would be more controlled. They would control who he could talk to, who he couldn't talk to. You have sponsors. It's like, yeah, he'd make bank, but as an interviewer, creatively, it would be lacking or less than. You know,
And
he's you know.
and then be that as it may, Triple H may have more of a let motherfuckers move around more than how Vince was.
A
you
lot
know
more
what I'm saying?
freedom.
Yeah, give them a lot more freedom, but at the end of the day, you still under a contract.
Right.
You're gonna be legally binded, and whatever they tell you, you gotta do. Because if you don't do what they say, that's what you be, breaching your contract. Ain't nothing worse than breaching the contract. Trust me.
My favorite video he did was I think he interviewed Tyler Breeze, if I remember correctly, and I think Tyler and Sean Spears, they got a wrestling school somewhere, and
In Florida,
he
right?
actually, yeah, he actually got in the ring and like took bumps and like took a knife edge chop. I
Oh
was like, that's pretty
yeah,
cool.
Sean Spears chopped
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I seen that
Yeah.
video.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Didn't his chest turn purple after that shit too?
Yeah. They chopped him for good. Yeah.
No,
That's
no,
one of the
no, but
coolest.
like,
That's one of the cooler things Finn Balor did. You can actually find a video on YouTube back when he was in Japan. It was Balor, Tamatanga, Gallows, and Fale, and they were like giving knife edge chops to fans outside the restaurant. Like that was cool in Japan. So
like the one,
I like that.
like the one thing that I like this that I would want to see WWE do is to switch the broadcasting teams, but switch them to
Man, Tyler Breeze, bro, what could have been?
We respected each other.
What were you saying, Black Star? Switch who?
We became really, really
Yeah, phased out.
Oh,
And so when we were both able
I'm about to get up
Tyler
out of
was
here
great.
anyway because I gotta wake up, man, early.
all right.
Yeah, B. As a matter of fact, come on, B. We can't leave without talking about the Dynamite card. What they got going on tomorrow at Dynamite?
You know, who knows?
Mhm.
Because half the cars in jail. You know, they tried to commit murder.
Like, is Daniel
Half of them
Bryan,
are
is Bryan Danielson alive? Like,
Man,
is Swerve alive?
Did Swerve catch hepatitis from that needle? Jesus. The
Like,
only
who
thing,
the fuck
the
is
only
still
thing-
walking after All Out?
the
Even
only
the
thing I
ladies.
know- the only thing I know about Dynamite is that Mox is gonna be there live, and they have Mariah May versus Queen Aminata in an eliminator match.
I gotta watch that. I'm a big Queenie fan.
So does this mean wait, hold on. What do y'all mean by half the card is in jail? Oh yeah. Okay, I get the joke.
Yeah, dude.
I get the joke.
Yeah,
It almost went over my angle. It didn't fully go over my head, but I caught it.
I'm guessing they're gonna announce the full card tomorrow because those are the only things I know about.
Yeah, I've noticed that the Dynamites after pay-per-views are usually more promo based, character based. There's nothing wrong with that. So
Oh yeah, that shit was fucking gross. Like all that spit in the face. Like I don't give a fuck if this is work or it's a job or work. Man, look, you're not doing that shit because the loogies they were spitting on each other. That shit was tremendously gross. I'm never here for that shit. Like blood, whatever, cool, but spitting, come on. Blood is bad enough when it comes to MJF and this dude Garcia. Bad enough Garcia is fucking shoving his fucking let me not even go there. You know what he does.
He actually stopped doing that dance, honestly.
Yeah, he had to because he had to be more focused and serious when it
More
came to
serious.
this feud. It
to
made
get to that
sense.
next level. Yeah.
It makes sense.
Well, like I said, they got Moxley doing a live promo. They got Aminata versus Mariah May, and they got a tag team casino gauntlet match to see who'll fight the Young Bucks at Grand Slam.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. That was just repulsive. Old Days Old said, "Who needs roids more, Jungle Boy or
Right.
Daniel Garcia?"
The grossest thing. Benoit used to do it. He would take his finger, put it over one of his
Yeah,
nostrils,
the snot
and then
rocket.
blow. Right?
The
Yeah.
snot rocket. Oh God, the snot rocket. Like, I'm fucking you up for real, for real. Like, we're gonna have to fight. Ain't no motherfucking way. I'm sorry. That is the most grotesque shit to do to anybody. Work, wrestling, anything. You're not just gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, it's part of the business." Come on, it's part of the. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you spit on me. We fighting for real. I ain't down for that.
It's
Especially
like,
now.
come on.
Like there's rumors that Garcia hasn't signed his contract yet. That's the reason why they did what they did.
That's what I heard. John said he did sign. I didn't hear that. I heard he hadn't signed. So, yeah.
I won't be surprised if we didn't. I won't be surprised if we didn't sign, because it's like, okay, like if I was to sign for like what, another 2 to 4 years, what plans do you guys got for me? Y'all gonna keep having me dance like a mambo kid?
Well,
It was a good match, and he showed intensity.
He gave a great match against MJF, so they got to do something with that.
Yeah,
And we all know he could work.
Right.
Let's get up out of here, though, B. Yo, appreciate all of y'all for pulling up, hitting that thumbs up. You know the vibes. We're gonna pull up here on Friday. You already know. Hit that thumbs up, B, sub and all that. Make sure y'all check the shorts, B. The shorts got some new content up over there. I already told y'all. Well, we not live here. Y'all can check over there. Still got shit going on up over there, B. Shouts go out to King Leo, Ballet, the Council Clan. They know the vibes, B.
Good night, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Peace out. What the fuck?